I guess to start with, I was born in Nepal. I moved to the U.S. when I was 14. That was 12 years ago. And then I didn't even use a computer till I was 14. Then I declared my major to be computer science when I went to college, got my degree, and then started working as a software engineer in the cybersecurity department. And then as I was doing that last year, up until December of last year, 2017, I hadn't even heard about blockchain at all. And I mean, I had heard about Bitcoin and how people were making so much money. So my cousin actually got me interested. So I thought I was going to be a millionaire by buying one Litecoin. That's how I started. It was pretty naive of me to think that. But what that actually led me to do is it led me to dive deep into what the industry is all about, what the blockchain is all about, what the technology is, how it has revolutionized in pretty much every field in the in the world, like medical industry, autonomous driving industry, name it. There's a blockchain use case that you can apply anywhere. And also we're doing the digital assets, but that's more of a byproduct. So I learned about Elastos. I read the white paper. I got really interested by all the promises. I started looking into other blockchain projects out there as well, and I found out that that's how I got into blockchain. That's how I started to research about it, learn more about it before I invested anything, and I found that there were a lot of blockchain projects out there that were just promising these big dreams that they had thought about, but it's really at the end of the day, it's really difficult to execute in like less than a year, which most of these projects are planning to do. So anyways, Elastos, I started to read more documentation online, read a lot of interviews with Rong, and coming from a non-tech background, going into the tech tech industry, I thought I could help the community understand what this technology was all about, because I could take it from a non-developer perspective and try to make them understand what Elastos was trying to do. And that's exactly how I started. So I started to, learn more about Elastos. That's the first thing, which is a very difficult thing to do when you just read the white paper, because there's so many moving pieces. There's the decentralized network, Elastos runtime, blockchain, main chain, side chain, merge mining. So I thought I could really help. So I started to answer lots of tech questions in a non-technical way, so that I could give some real examples and help people understand what Elastos was trying to do. And after that, I actually wrote a non-developer beginner's guide to Elastos. So if you've read it on Reddit, then that's me. I wrote the beginner's guide, and pretty recently I actually just got started into writing the developer's guide to Elastos as well, where it's not complete because our smart web alpha version is not even out, which is going to be out by the end of August. So that is going to be a continuing challenge. But I started to answer lots of community questions, and then they wanted me to help be a moderator to Telegram, our channel, and Reddit. So I was working on the side like 9 hours a day as a software engineer, while I was also doing my master's at the same time, and I was trying to help Elastos on my free time, and I had a dog to take care of. There was a lot of things going on, and I had a passion for the project because I really believe in the technology. And if you look at the history, all the pieces are there. You just need to put it together, and that's exactly what Elastos is trying to do. All the moving pieces, like the decentralized carrier, runtime, main chain, side chain, it's almost like for the last 18 years, they have all been worked on as sort of a research and development project, and now it's all coming together, sort of like a teenage graduating after 18 years. So that's exactly how I like to view Elastos. So then, Kevin wanted me to dedicate more of my time for Elastos. So, I'm doing exactly that. So I started to write lots of Medium articles on the tech side of things, so that anyone can understand, come to it, and lots of YouTube videos too. And I am going to continue to do that, as part of the Cyber Republic too. So. Many people have actually, messaged me saying that, my videos and my guides have really helped them. So I will continue to do that in any way I can. And, as part of the Cyber Republic, we're trying to decentralize not just the internet, but also the governance side of things. So, Elastos is not a company; it's an organization where we're trying to get everyone contributing to this open source community that that has been built up for such a long time, and all the code that Elastos has been doing, it's all open source, and everything will be open source. So that if you don't trust something like the runtime, Ron mentioned that we're gonna trade code peer to peer, but if there's no way to verify that, well, it doesn't really make any sense. So you can do that because everything is open source. And so the Cyber Republic, you don't really have to be a developer to contribute. You can be a non-developer and still contribute and earn some ELA in the process. So the way that it'll work is, we'll have like the council and all of that, the organizing leaders, community leaders, all of that. And we'll put some bounty tasks, and then if you're really good at it, you propose the solution to it, and then we approve, and then you decide, how much ELA would you like to get paid for whatever work that you're trying to do. And this can be just contributing to the core code, because the core team of Elastos cannot do everything that it has set out to do. We need a lot of help from everyone in the world. So in that sense, Cyber Republic is going to decentralize, the way that developers work. In our previous meetups, Ron also mentioned that one of the biggest problems that Bitcoin had was that only the miners were getting paid, not the core developers, because there was no way to incentivize them. So that's the exact problem that we're trying to solve as well. So developers actually are interested in contributing back to the community, and go from there. So even if you're not a developer, if you are if you know a lot of people, a lot of developers, non-developers, and then if you have some connections, you can decide to get these meetups in your own local community in your own language, and then teach the community about the Elastos tech. And when we have the smart web alpha version ready, if you know someone with a tech background, you can even have them give some sort of tutorials or something like that. You can organize something, and all of that you can propose that in the Cyber Republic website, and then actually get paid. So you don't really have to be a developer. So those are kind of the examples that you'll be able to do in Cyber Republic. Going forward, even the Elastos team, the foundation, they will also be part of the Cyber Republic. So because, like we have been hammering so many times, we're trying to decentralize everything. It's a really new concept because I don't think anyone has ever done this sort of massive project at this scale before. And it is going to be a challenge, but I think with the help of everyone all over the world, we can grow and hopefully make the internet a better and safer place. Thank you.